Y'all grab your popcorn, get every beverage you can find. This one you're going to love from the bottom of your heart. We told you, we talked about it. The backlash against Tim Walz is growing so loud and so furious. I cannot wait to show you this one because the lefties, per usual, are eating their own. This one is an important one, guys, and with an added benefit, you're going to love the hell out of it. Everything will be linked in the description box below. Of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on if you are enjoying the message, you agree with saving the country, and also just happen to really enjoy lefties self-destructing, because this is glorious. All right, let's get right into this. Of course, this is the pre-show before the live stream tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on this channel. Make sure you are there. Let's get right into it, you beautiful bastions of freedom. All right, listen. We talked about this for 2 nights in a row. The backlash against Tim Walz when the little domestic terrorist progressive lefties that they were holding by the leash was going to exist, when they literally flipped around on him. Yeah, when you got a tiger by the tail, you really don't want to piss it off, and they just did it. Okay, here's Chris Murphy. This is a United States Senator. I have no love for this man. This is a Democratic Senator. This is Mr. Gun Control in the Senate, one of the talking heads of extremism of the Democrat Party. Important, there has not been a de-escalation. I wonder where we heard that before. That's the whole point. I literally sat here on this channel yesterday and I was like, y'all, all the blackpilling that's happening on the right of the left wins and Tim Walz wins and Trump folds and the White House folds and all the anti-ICE agitators win and there's no ICE. Literally all of it was wrong. Because it's not a de-escalation. They literally just got worked. All right, let's play this clip that Chris Murphy is retweeting here. Watch this. Again, they're spreading the news that they got played. All right, watch.
Nothing today in Minneapolis and Minnesota has changed. There's all sorts of talk about Bovino leaving and what's going to happen to Secretary Noem and Tom Homan coming in, but none of that matters. None of it matters until ICE changes the way it operates. Still today in Minnesota and Minneapolis, we have ICE agents stopping people with no warrants, detaining people for no just cause. Fear is exactly the same on the street. People are still afraid to go to the grocery store because they know that if they're out, it's very likely or possible that an ICE agent could stop them for no reason. The president realized that what's happening in Minnesota is hurting him. He can see that it's hurting him, so he is trying to save himself. Nothing is going to change until ICE changes. We need to start over with ICE. We need to take it down to the studs. We need to completely reimagine this agency. It is unacceptable to...
There it is. Reimagine. Hey, you come here. You know what that sounds a whole lot like? That sounds a whole lot like that language of reimagined policing that we experienced during 2020 with the whole George Floyd peaceful protest with really big bonfires. Yeah, that sounds a whole lot. Oh my God, it's the exact same language. Do you guys remember the videos that we've had back and forth conversations in the comments about this is exactly like the defund the police movement? Defund ICE is defund police. Now they're adopting the exact same language. Reimagine ICE, reimagine policing. Y'all, it's the same playbook, plug and play. Okay, well, maybe I'm not landing the plane. But guys, these people are the most predictable people on the planet. Honest to God. And that's what we do on this channel. And if you're enjoying it, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. You're really going to like our live streams because those are a lot more spicy. But here's what happened 2 days ago when they realized, actually yesterday, when they realized that Walz played them. I showed you this.
Justice denied! Justice delayed! Justice denied! Justice delayed! Justice denied!
All right, you get the idea. That was at Tim Walz's office. Well, that was yesterday. This is today. This is a video that Tim Walz just put out, and the left is savaging him for it. Savaging. I'm going to play the video and then show you the responses and another one. I'm telling you, the tiger that they had by the tail just turned around and is lashing and really spicy biting. Watch this.
I concur that getting rid of little Greg is a plus, but the demand was to get ICE out and CBP out.
That's right.
And to replace him with Tom Homan, who has been in his own right pretty incendiary on Fox and has his own baggage. I'm wondering, if you think that's a satisfactory change for starters, and when you meet with them, what you're going to ask them about.
Well, look, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And Tim, I think you recognize this, and I think you have the vibe, if you will, of this one on this. This White House makes decisions based on emotions and non-reality that we're living in. I am in a position right now where I want to be very careful to continue to stand up, and we won't give an inch, but not to poke the bear. We don't need it. My hope is with Tom Homan is different from Greg Bovino and these folks on the streets that are just amateurs, that he is a true, law enforcement professional. I certainly wouldn't agree with his ideology on things, but I think what he understands is this thing turned into a disaster for them.
How do you say bent over a barrel in Latin? Because, oh my God, he's a true law enforcement professional? Y'all, you guys might as well be dousing yourself in gasoline and they'll go and hugging your nearest leftist protester who's holding a bunch of lighters, because they're going to burn you to the ground. Because that is unacceptable. The benefit of the doubt, oh my God. And also, while we're hovering around the topic, the White House makes decisions based on emotion and lack of reality? Are we in the same universe? Okay, let's just keep on going, because that was just the impetus of why they're upset. I've effing had it with Tim Walz, says far lefty progressive with 800 different virtue signal icons. What the F is this? Are we being serious? Fascism is here, and you think this is anything other than a PR stunt? Puppy killer gnome will be replaced, and it'll not get better. They're not liking it. They're not liking it at all. Vosh says, oh my effing God, dude. Then we've got another clip which has all the different kinds of reactions. Again, guys, bent over a barrel in Latin. Somebody put it in the comments for me. I'm sure you guys can do it. We're going to have more fun with this in the live stream tonight at 9 p.m. or Eastern time. Watch this one. This one's also making them mad. Y'all, at a certain point, you just understand. They're just pissed. They're just going to be pissed.
Philosophy on things, but I do understand that he is law enforcement, and he understands right from wrong, and he knows. I mean, no matter how much they were trying to gaslight us, the layman on the street said, I don't really think it's good policing to run around and throw canisters and kick people down and things. That's probably not a good idea. Look, I don't agree with Tom Homan's philosophy on.
Y'all, seriously, bent over barrel in Latin. Like, they know it. Tim Walz is shockingly spineless, even by modern day Democrat Party standards. They just want to burn the whole thing down, guys. Don't you understand? That's what this is. All right, another far left progressive. This guy's crazy. I've defended Tim Walz a lot in the past. He did stuff like 12 weeks paid family and sick leave, free school meals, legal weed, free college. But this crop of Dems is just so naive and Pollyannish, it's embarrassing. This sounds like someone who falls for a Nigerian prince email scam. Y'all, literally, you cannot make this stuff up. And I'm actually going to show you the other clip I got there tonight at the 9 p.m. Eastern time show. Because this one, y'all, I'm telling you, the far left progressives have been eating the Democrats inside out like a parasite taking over the host. And anytime that host steps out of line, every single time. And I'll see you guys on the live stream tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'm Braden. See you later.